Dan talked about the first two themes. I'm going to pick up the third one, which gets into monetary and fiscal stimulus. When we're looking at these two charts, what we're basically trying to communicate here is where the spending comes from within the United States. Our gross domestic product, 2/3 of it, depends on how well you and I buy things throughout the year. We're a consumer-oriented society. Now, when you look at the left side of this chart, what we've done is break down income earners into 5 categories. The lowest 20% income earners in the country up to the highest 20%. When you look at this, what you are noticing is that the top 20% are doing most of the buying. Maybe not be a surprise to you, but it's usually more even in a normal growing economy. Okay, everybody's participating, but this has shifted in the last year to where it's getting out of whack a little bit. And when we talk about, oh, the economy's still doing well, it's because of this group and a little bit of this group. It's really only happening, the consistent purchasing is still going on in the higher incomes, but the lower incomes have dropped off. And you can see this validated in this chart here because this is the payroll change where they track the labor market. And when payrolls are going up, which is the bars going up, that's a good sign the economy's doing well and growing. What's happened in this last half of last year? Payrolls are down. And guess who gets affected first and most when we start losing jobs and incomes start going down? That group, right? So this really is kind of a headwind into what we are wanting to see in the economy to have good long-term sustainable growth. Now let's look at maybe a little bit of a tailwind, a positive for that group. This measures the average refund that is handed out every year at tax season. Refunds have been growing. The lower income are getting some of their money back. If you're in high income, you're in the higher tax brackets. If you're in a low tax bracket and you get some tax breaks on top of that, you're getting a lot of your money back that maybe you weren't before. Again, who's going to benefit the most from another $2,000 in their pocket? A millionaire or somebody making $25,000 a year as a waitress? So these are the things they're looking at, how to help that lower middle class stay afloat. Monetary stimulus. I don't necessarily like the Fed. However, I do understand the hard job they have because they have a mandate of maintaining full employment and low inflation. That's why they control the money supply and the Fed's funds rate. When you look at reasons to cut rates, slow down in hiring. Well, I showed you that's taken place. Slowing consumption, that's taken place. Cooling housing market, that's going on. Hey, cut rates. Well, what else is happening? Inflation isn't as low as they want it, and it seems precarious. It seems like, well, look what's going on. The war with Iran and what's happened to the price of a barrel of oil from 60 to 100 overnight, right? So that is very inflationary if that sticks around. The economy is more resilient considering a lot of the facts that are going on.